to Social Science, Standard 9, History Unit 1, Evolution of Humans and Society, Prehistoric Period. Part 2. In this part, we are going to learn human inquiries into the past and origin of the world. The age of speculation, humans are the only species on earth concerned with understanding as well as explaining the world and the universe. In the course of evolution, humans became conscious and knowledgeable. They turned curious and began to think and ask questions about nature, organisms, and the world around them. First, they considered nature as God. They worshipped the sun, moon, and wind forces about which they developed their own understanding, some of which is not scientific. The lack of scientific knowledge on the creation of the world is reflected in the ancient writings and religious literature. Scientific foundations of geology, biology, and archaeology. The beginning of history writing can be traced to the ancient Greeks. Herodotus is considered the father of history because the history he wrote was humanistic and rationalistic. The rise of scientific inquiry into the origin of humans was possible because of the intersect in collection of archaeological remains and opening of museum after the Renaissance movement. The development of ideas of stratigraphy and geology, Darwin's theory of biological evolution, the discovery of human and animal fossils, stone tools, and artifacts of early civilizations, and the ability to decipher early scripts. Stratigraphy, the study of origin, natural relationships of rock and soil layers that were formed due to the natural and cultural activities. Old Museum. The Museum of Enikaldi, Nanna in Mesopotamia was established in 530 BC. The princess Enikaldi was the daughter of the Neo-Babylonian king Nabonidus. The Capitoline Museum in Italy is perhaps the oldest surviving museum, 1471 AD at present. Also we can see Ashmolean Museum at Oxford University is the oldest university museum in the world. It was established in 1677 AD. Herbert Spencer's biological evolution and Charles Darwin's theory on concepts of natural selection and survival of the fittest contributed to the scientific understanding of human origins. Charles Darwin published the books on the origin of species in 1859 and the descent of man in 1871. Natural selection, the process by which organisms that are better adapted to their environment would survive and produce more offspring. Survival of the fittest means survival of the form that will leave the most copies of itself in successive generations. Fossil, prehistoric animal or plant that turns into stone over a period of time because of chemical and physical processes. Animal bones are preserved due to mineralization. Paleontology is the study of fossils. Stone Age, the period when mainly used for making and implementing the stone. Bronze Age, the period when bronze metallurgy developed. Iron Age, the period when iron was smelted to produce implements. Since the 19th century, scholars have used advanced scientific techniques. They undertook systematic studies to contribute to the current state of knowledge on prehistory, human origin, and the early civilizations. Now, the theory of human evolution is widely accepted. Thank you. We'll see the next part.